The monastery at the top of the mountain. You've been carrying today in your shoulders without realizing it. Let it go now, just a little. You don't have to release everything at once. There is a path ahead of you, old stone steps cut into a mountainside, and at the top of them a monastery has been waiting, patient as rock, for centuries longer than you've been alive. The light up there is turning gold, and then blue. Nobody is expecting anything from you tonight. Let's begin. The air changes before the monastery comes into view. You notice it first as a coolness against your face, thinner than the air in the valley, carrying the mineral smell of stone that has never quite warmed all the way through, even in summer. Your legs feel the last of the climb, not an ache exactly, more like a pleasant heaviness, the kind that tells you a body has done honest work and now gets to stop. The path bends once more around an outcrop of grey rock, and there it is. Low walls the colour of the mountain itself, so the building looks less built than grown, like it pushed up out of the rock along with everything else here. Small windows glow amber here and there, unevenly spaced, the whole building a little crooked in a way that feels earned rather than unfinished. Somewhere above the walls, a wooden roof catches the last of the sun and holds it a moment longer than the sky does. A bell rings, not urgently, just once deep and round, the sound rolling out over the mountainside and taking its time to fade. It is the kind of bell that has been rung at this exact hour for so many generations that the mountain itself seems to expect it, the way you'd expect a friend's familiar knock at the door. You reach a wooden gate, unlatched, swinging slightly with a small movement of wind. There is no one there to greet you with words. Instead, a monk in undyed wool robes simply tips his head toward you as you pass, the smallest possible gesture, and continues sweeping the stones of the courtyard with a broom made of bundled twigs. The sweeping makes a soft, dry, rhythmic sound. You find yourself slowing your breath to match it without deciding to. The courtyard is small and swept bare, with a single stunted pine growing from a crack near the wall, its branches shaped by decades of wind into the rough shape of an open hand. Beyond it, the mountains fall away in ridge after ridge, each one a slightly darker blue than the one before it, all the way to a horizon that has already gone the color of a bruised plum. You did not know a view could feel this quiet. It isn't dramatic, just enormous, and still, and something in your chest loosens looking at it. No one hurries you, and no one speaks, but you find yourself moving along a covered walkway with a low wooden roof, as if you're being led. Your footsteps sound different here, softer, absorbed by old stone worn smooth by centuries of sandaled feet. Paper lanterns hang at intervals, their light warm and slightly uneven, flickering faintly with each small draught. You pass an open doorway and glimpse a hall of dark wood, a single candle burning on a low altar, incense curling upward in a thin, grey ribbon that catches the last of the light before dissolving into it. Your room, when you reach it, is almost nothing. A low bed with a thick quilted blanket, unbleached and heavy. A small wooden table. A single candle in a clay holder, already lit, its flame perfectly still because the shutters keep out any wind. A window, unglazed, open to the mountain air, with a view of nothing but sky and one far peak, still catching a last thread of orange light along its ridge. You sit on the edge of the bed. The mattress is simple. Straw, maybe, or something like it. But it gives just enough, and after the climb, your body sinks into it gratefully. the way your body always settles once it stops fighting the day. A second bell sounds, softer than the first, more a reminder than a call. Food is ready. You follow the sound down the walkway, past more small, glowing windows, to a long room with a single low table running its length. Wooden bowls are set at intervals, each one steaming faintly in the cool evening air. You sit on a cushion on the floor, your legs folding easily now, the climb already becoming a memory in your muscles rather than a demand. The food is simple, but it feels generous rather than plain. A clear broth, barley soft inside it, a few slivers of mountain greens that taste faintly bitter and then faintly sweet, a small dish of rice, warm and slightly sticky, and beside it pickled radish, sharp and bright against the softness of everything else. There is tea, poured from a clay pot into a cup that warms your palms before you've even lifted it to your mouth. No one talks. The only sounds are the quiet clink of wooden spoons against bowls, the occasional settle of the fire in the hearth at the far end of the hall, and outside, very faint, wind moving through pine branches like a held breath being slowly let out. You eat slowly, because there is nothing here that asks you to eat any other way. Each spoonful of broth warms you from somewhere behind your sternum outward, spreading slowly through your chest. The bitterness of the greens is sharp enough to clear your head a little. By the time you reach the bottom of the bowl, your whole body has gone loose and warm, the particular looseness that comes after a long day and a simple meal, when there is truly nothing left to do but rest. A monk refills your tea without being asked, without meeting your eyes, a gesture so unremarkable and so kind that you feel it land somewhere soft in you. Afterward, you walk back along the covered walkway, and the sky has gone fully dark now, thick with stars in a way it never quite manages in the valley below, where lights and haze dilute the night. Up here, the stars feel close and countless, scattered like salt across black stone. The mountain air smells of wood smoke and pine resin and, faintly, of the incense still drifting from the hall you passed earlier. You reach your room again. The candle is still burning, steady, the way it's been burning since you left the room. You draw the heavy blanket back and sit on the edge of the bed, and for a moment you simply listen. There is so little to hear, the occasional creak of old wood settling. Somewhere far below, an owl once, and then silence again. Wind combing slowly through the pine in the courtyard. A third bell rings, the last one of the evening, softer even than the second. Barely a bell at all. It means, if you were to ask one of the monks, only this: the day is done. There is nothing more required of it. You may rest now. You lie back into the blanket, and it holds your weight completely, without any resistance at all. The candle flickers once and settles again. Through the unglazed window, the cold mountain air moves softly across your face, carrying the smell of stone and pine and the ghost of incense. And beyond it, the stars keep their slow, wordless watch over the ridgeline. You think, briefly, of the bell, its low round sound, how it rolled out over the valley and simply kept rolling, asking nothing back from you. Of the broth, the warmth of it behind your ribs. Of the monk sweeping the courtyard in the last light, unhurried, like there was nowhere else he needed to be. Your eyelids have grown heavy, not tired exactly, more like gravity has finally been allowed to do its work. Your breath has slowed to match the rhythm of that twig broom on stone, that far-off owl, that candle flame's small, steady flicker. The blanket is warm. The mountain outside your window is enormous and still, asking nothing of you. Somewhere down the corridor, very faint now, you can almost hear the memory of the last bell still settling into the walls, into the stone, into the dark. You do not need to keep listening. You don't need to do anything else tonight. The candle will still be burning when you wake, or it won't, and either way it will not matter, because up here, time moves the way the mountain does. Slowly, unhurried, in no rush to be anywhere else. Your body has already gone soft and heavy against the mattress, your thoughts thinning to something like mist, loose and drifting. The last thing you're aware of is the cool air through the window and the dark shape of the peak outside it, standing exactly where it has always stood, keeping watch so you don't have to. If you're still here, I think the mountain has already done its work on you. There's something about a place that asks so little. Just a warm bowl, a lit candle, the sound of a bell fading into stone. That makes it easier to finally set the day down. Wherever you are now, I hope it's somewhere as quiet as that courtyard at dusk. Rest well up there among the pines and the stars. Good night.